Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with a 600 cost quick match here in the Mushika. We're going to be on Arctic base for this match here, and this is going to be the level 2 version of the Mushika. At level 1 it starts off as a 550 raid, and at level 2 it goes to 600, and currently there is only a level 1 and 2. I believe that's the case for pretty much all of the UC Engage mobile suits at the moment. I don't think anything has gotten past level 2, so it'd be interesting to see, one day if we end up getting a level 3, maybe a level 3 Engage Zero Booster or Campfire High Mobility type. Would be interesting to see how those suits would perform. But with the Mushika match here, I did initially mean to use this match last week, but I ended up using my Presumed Watch match instead. And mainly it was because at the time I didn't have a whole lot to say about the Mushika here that I haven't said already. When it came to its native 550 cost version, I've always been very positive about that suit. Even though I know there are people who didn't like the Mushika on release, like I said, I always had positive things to say about it. I really just like the suit. It's one of my favorite raids to use at 550, and I've been meaning to use the 600 cost version for a while, as well as make a proper video about it. But really the main issue with trying to play this suit at 600 at the time, when I initially got it, the Engage Zero Yonfavin, much like the one I'm fighting right now, was still at its peak. It was still when you had a lot of people using it. A lot of people were still really trying to get used to how to fight against the Yonfavin, so playing a 600 raid around those times was not the most pretty thing, but, it's been a while now, and, decided one day, 600 quick, why not take out the Mushika and see how well it goes, and I had this pretty decent match here, and yep, it's still a pretty fun suit to use, even at 600, and yeah, again, really I just have nothing new to say about this suit. It's just a really nice raid overall. I really like the things that it has to offer it, especially when it comes to the primary beam rifle that you have the... you not only have the heavy stagger charge, but they made it to where the charge shot can go through shields. I think that's just, it's just some really interesting gimmicks for this suit here, not as long, but as well as... you have auxiliary power as well, so again, very interesting. Speaking of the Yonfavin, so I'm going to start getting into the some other Engage-related GBO2 stuff that I wanted to cover. Yeah, speaking of Yonfavin, we finally have the level 2 Yonfavin for 650. I haven't seen one yet. I've only played a little bit of 650, but at the moment, I've really been seeing more of the new RF Gelgoog than anything. RF Gelgoog seems like it's a really good support, and that's the most surprising thing too, it being a support. I did not think the RF Gelgoog was going to be a support, but yeah, they ended up making it one, and I did watch Red Wolf Beyond's video about it, like the sort of like testing video of it, and again, yeah, it looks like it has some very interesting gimmicks to it, but yeah, going back to the Yonfavin, yeah, again, level 2 Yonfavin, and speaking of Gelgoogs, this all kind of leading into one thing here. Speaking of Gelgoogs, we also have the Gelgoog L now, as a 400 cost general. Unfortunately, it is a clan suit, so gonna have to wait until I can get my hands on it, which really sucks because I did really want the Gelgoog L. I've always loved the way that suit looks, and they did recently add it to the worldwide release version of UC Engage as well. So yeah, very interesting to see the Gelgoog L, what they did with it, because they did give it the high mobility Gelgoog rocket launcher, as well as a machine gun sub-weapon, so it does look like they tried to give it some weapons to fill out its loadouts, especially considering in UC Engage it is a close combat mobile suit, so the only weapon it actually has is its heat lance in UC Engage, so this is something I believe I've talked about before. It's really just taking liberty with the loadouts for the UC Engage suits, and trying to work them into GBO2, and it seems like they did a pretty good job, at least from what I can see with the Gelgoog L. I think that suit might also have a new skill that is attached to the lance. I don't want to say it's a new skill because it does kind of look like it's kind of like some of the skills we have already, where if you are charging and, you know, you start doing a special, like you're boosting and you do a special boost that if you run into somebody you do damage. It seems like it kind of has something like that that's attached specifically to the heat lance, so that's why I don't want to say it's specifically a new skill. It does seem like it's similar to skills we have had in the past. And again, I don't know if it's actually a new skill. I don't remember any suit that has a skill like that attached to a melee weapon, so if anything, it just seems like it's a new version of maybe some skills we've had in the past. But yeah, it does look like it's going to be pretty interesting, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for whenever you know, players start getting their hands on the Gelgoog L. Hopefully there'll be some videos on it to see really how it plays. I'm especially going to be interested to see how the lance works, because the lance, from the looks of the UC Engage model, yeah, it's a really big lance, so I'd be interested to see how they apply it to GBO2 here. But yeah, that's really everything I have for what I wanted to say for this video here. Again, just really a lot of UC Engage and GBO2 related things. There is one weird thing I've noticed with the Gelgoog L, and that's with its little, like, icon, like how, you know, mobile suits, they have their little icons that's like whatever color of the type they're supposed to be. I don't know what they did with the Gelgoog L's icon, but they put its head, like, all the way to the left on its icon and had, like, most of its shoulder showing on the right side, so it's very weird. It's not centered, and it kind of just looks strange. I don't know why they didn't center it. Like, I don't know. It's something that I noticed when I was just checking out the skills on the Gelgoog L. I was looking at it in the menu, and just something weird I noticed. But yeah, other than that, nearing the last few seconds of the match here, I think we're going to be able to get the base bomb off here, which should give us a pretty decent lead. But yeah, pretty much the summary here is that you know, got the Gelgoog L, we got the Yonfavin level 2, and the Mushika is a pretty fun raid. Though the one thing I did forget to mention with the Yonfavin, I'll mention at the very end here. I'll wait for the last few seconds to pass so we can look at the results, and then I'll go into why I wanted to mention the level 2 Yonfavin here. But there we go, we got mission completed, timeout, good works in the side chat here, and let's see how we did with the level 2 Mushika. And did get top in individual and also beat my rival as well. And third place with 6 kills and 2 loss, not too bad there. And yeah, that's going to be it for the match there. And the main reason I wanted to bring up the level 2 Yonfavin is that one of the theories that I've had for the longest time is that with the Magna Martel, that's another UC Engage suit that I really want to see added to GBO2. I've always kind of had this theory that they were waiting to put in the level 2 Yonfavin first, so that way they could have that, because I feel like the Magna Martel is going to be a 650, same as like the other Q-Blade variants, so I feel like they wanted to have those suits at the same cost since they are rival units in UC Engage. And I think with the release of the level 2 Yonfavin that we've had recently, I am hoping that that means the Magna Martel is right around the corner. Would really be excited to see that, and I don't think we've had a 650 raid in a hot minute. I know we've had a lot of 650 generals that have been really stealing the spotlight, so I don't remember if there's been any 650 raids recently, but really hoping that whatever type the Magna Martel ends up being, that it is coming soon. But yeah, that's my little Magna Martel obsession rant out of the way. That's everything I have for this video here. Really comment down below what you think about anything that I mentioned in this video with either the Mushika, the level 2 Yonfavin, if you've seen any of those yet, and maybe how it performs. Let me know what you think of the Gelgoog L being added to clan rewards, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.